Hi guys, it's Kieran from Andy Biggs Watersports here, and today I'm going to be answering the top 8 questions on getting into wing foiling. It's something we get asked a lot here at the shop. So a lot of people wanted to know what to go for, how to start. So I just thought I'd go through the top questions and just see if I can answer them just in one video to help everyone out. So number 1, how hard is it to learn to wing foil? I think it really depends on the rider, so sort of age, weight, previous water sports ability. So some people find it really easy, some people take a tiny bit longer. I would just say wing foiling as a whole is like riding a bike. Once you are up and on the foil, that's it. You're going to be doing it pretty much every session after that point, and then it's just learning maneuvers and everything. So compared to something like windsurfing, I would definitely say it's a lot easier. Windsurfing is quite a difficult sport to learn compared to kite surfing. I've never really done much kite surfing, but Mark said it's a sort of fairly similar learning curve. So I would say, it's a tiny bit easier than kite surfing as well. But all round, as a water sport, as a wind water sport, it is seen as the easier one to learn. So for how hard is it to learn to wing foil, I'd say fairly easy compared to the other options out there. And number 2, how long does it take to learn? Again, going back to that original question, I think it's all about rider ability, previous water sports experience, wind knowledge. So it can vary. I've seen people get foiling on their second session ever on a wing foil setup, but they had a lot of previous experience doing water sports. But then some people, they take sort of 10 to 20 sessions to get their first flights on the foil. But that's perfectly fine. Once they get it, they're up and away, they're foiling, and then they progress a tiny bit quicker when they're constantly up on the foil. So I think it's not really something to worry about too much. It's just consistency of getting out on the water, making sure you're going out in the right winds for what kit you have, and it's just staying at it. It's a lot of people, I think, give up a bit too quickly with it, but some people do just take a longer period of time. But I think it'd be too difficult to put an exact time on it because everyone's so different. What gear do you need to start? Super simple: the right board, the right foil, the right wing. A lot of people, we're recommending a 5 or a 5.5 meter squared wing to start with. It's going to be perfect, sort of from 14 knots all the way to 20 knots as a beginner with a 5 meter. Nearer the 20 knot end, you're going to be pretty overpowered, but you're going to do perfectly fine. Board wise, it's then all dependent on rider weight and ability, so stability wise as well. We're sort of recommending between a 110 and a 140 litre board, dependent on the rider weight and ability. Around a 125 is what a lot of brands are doing, like RRD, the package is behind the camera. They do a 125 litre board. They're doing a 5 metre wing and a 1750 front foil. The foil, I think, could be a tiny bit bigger, but it's what you get. It's a really well-priced package. With Nash, they do a 122 or a 112 board with an 1840 front wing and a 5 metre wing. So you can sort of see there, a lot of brands are recognising that that 5 metre wing is the best place to start. And I think between sort of 110, 140 litre board, best way to go. And on the front wing, the worst thing you can do is go too small, because otherwise you're never going to get going. Bigger front wings getting you up onto the foil, and you're just going to get that experience. It's all about those first few months or even the first year. It's just getting yourself up on the foil and having that experience. How much does it cost to start and to get into? The second-hand market at the moment, to get a setup with one wing, a foil and a board, you're looking between £1,000 and £1,500. But then for brand new, you're looking, for the setups we have here at the shop, you're looking between £1,800 and £2,100 on the Nash setup. So I don't think that's too bad. Originally, when wing foiling first came to the UK, a good 5-6 years ago, you're looking at £3,500 on a brand new setup. You still can spend quite a bit of money on kit, something like the KT or the KT foil, AFS foil or SAB foil, and then a sort of slightly more upgraded wing to what you get for packages. You are going to be spending a bit of money. But I would say once you've got your sort of the package sort of deal or second-hand kit, so if you go second-hand kit or new kit, there's not too much in it at the moment of some of these really good deals that are going on. If you get an impact jacket and a helmet and you need a wetsuit as well, sort of say you got RRD package, impact jacket, helmet, and all of that, you're looking around £2,000 to get into wing foiling for brand new kit, which I don't think is that bad at all compared to a lot of the other sports. If you look at the price of mountain bikes, if you look at the price of a lot of other things you could spend the money on, I think it's it's a fairly good price for doing it. So number 5, is it safe? Plus, what are the risks? It's very safe. I think wing foiling is very, very safe when you do it correctly. Don't do anything stupid. Don't push it too hard while you're still learning. Make sure you've got a helmet on. An impact jacket is optional. But yeah, the risks are, be wary. There is a foil underneath you. The rear of the foil and the mast and the stabilizers are sharp. I mean, we've all got small cuts on our feet or arms or something before. A helmet is keeping your head safe. You don't want to hit your head on anything. But all in all, I think it's very safe. You've got a board that is going to float you. You've got an inflatable wing, and just don't go out in silly conditions. I think it's all just reading the conditions, know the spot you're going out in, and don't be afraid to ask for help if you're unsure on something. There's always going to be people super friendly at the beach, so that's always the main thing. But all in all, yes, I think it's pretty safe. I mean, at Stokes Bay, our local spot, we never really see any injuries. It's either myself and Jan, one of our team riders, going out in stupid conditions that we probably shouldn't wing foil in, but apart from that, everyone's always good. So, 6, what are the most common mistakes as a beginner? The most common mistake as a beginner is going too small on kit. People want to chase down that board size. They don't want to start on a 120 litre board, 110 litre board. They think they can go 90 litres, even sometimes 100 litres is a bit of a struggle for people depending on the dimensions, and they just can't balance on it. They go too small on their foil and they just can't get it out of the water because they don't have the ability yet. Wing-wise, it's all about wind, like it doesn't matter too much on the wing, to be honest, but do not go too small on the foil or the board. You are just going to make it difficult for yourself. If you're willing to have 20 sessions where you're just wobbling about so that you can not have to buy kit in sort of a year and a half time, then do it. But it's going to be a struggle. Get on that beginner kit, do the sessions, put in the work on the beginner kit, and don't make it difficult, because the worst thing you can do is go out there and just have a struggle. I would say other mistakes. I don't really think there's any mistakes you can make because you are learning. If you are on the right kit and you're going out and you stand up, you try to get foiling and then you fall in, you're not making a mistake, you're just learning how to foil. So I think the only real mistake you can make as a beginner is going too small on your kit. Number 7, what wind speed do you need to wing foil? It all depends. Ability, kit sizings, and all of that. And you're going to see a lot of people out there that are doing sub 10 knots. Myself, I can do, on the right kit, I can do 7 knots of wind and I can be up and foiling, and it's like dead flat at Stokes Bay. But that's taken me sort of 3 years to learn that. It's not just something you instantly go out and do. Realistically, 14 knots is a low point with a 6 or sort of a 5.5. So 14 to 15 knots to get yourself going, either taxiing or starting to get your first flights on the foil. And I'd say as a beginner, I wouldn't go anything above 25 knots. If you aren't getting on the foil yet, you don't have a smaller wing, don't make it difficult. Don't go out when it's super, super choppy. Or if you can find a flatter spot, sort of like round by us. So, I mean, it's not too close to us. You've got Weymouth, you've got Portland Harbour. We've got the Andrew Simpson Centre along Eastern Road in Portsmouth, which is really flat. You've got Esso Beach at Hayling, which is super flat as well. So there's a lot of flat spots along the south coast. You've got Calshot as well. That's nice and flat in the right direction. But I would just say, yeah, picking the right wind speed for what kit you have. Again, never be afraid to ask someone at the beach. But yeah, it's all about what wing size you have. So it's not really as such, what speed do you need, what wind speed do you need to get wing foiling? Is it the right wind for the kit that you have that day? Because it could be too windy for your kit, or it could be not enough wind for your kit. Number 8, the final question. Do you need lessons? No, you can walk into a shop. If someone walked in here today, said, want to learn to wing foil, I'm quite happy to just get out there and spend half an hour on the beach playing with my wing, put the foil onto the board, taxi about for a bit, just balancing on the board, then trying to get foiling. you can just do it. If you get the right kit, you're not making it difficult for yourself. You can just go down there and just teach yourself. We've got a lot of guys who have gone from, well, haven't gone from kite surfing, they're still kite surfing, but a lot of guys who kite surf, they're just trying to get into wing foiling now because they just want a lighter wind option rather than having massive kites. They are just learning. A group of 3 of them are learning together down at Stokes Bay, and they're just going down and they've got the wind knowledge, they're just going to do it. I think if you have no previous water sports ability or knowledge, 1 or 2 lessons doesn't hurt. But I think going out there, you can just go out and do it yourself. You can obviously YouTube hundreds of videos about how to jibe, how to pump a wing, so you can sort of teach yourself how to do it. But I don't think lessons hurt at the same time. I really think it's whether someone wants to have the lessons. I always recommend people get 1 just to get the basic knowledge. If we can, we try to go down the beach with people to sort of give them a few just tips before they go out for the first time. But yeah, lessons, I think it's just whether you want to get one or not. I'm not for them. I'm not against them. I think it's just, yeah, whatever you want to do with it, really. It's obviously a lesson. You're going to have someone with you the whole time giving you instruction. Or same as I've been saying through the whole video, just ask someone at the beach, they can give you a few tips, then you can just get out there and go for it. So yeah, those were the top 8 questions that people ask really about getting into wing foiling, being a beginner at wing foiling. Hopefully it was useful, and I'll try to do more videos like this in the future. Yo!